Good morning, welcome to Scott Rods, and today we're going to build an exhaust system. Let's go. Before I get started, very quick update on the wheel situation. If you remember in my last video, I was really disappointed. I drove down to my city centre to pick up a set of 4 mega cheap steel wheels, and they were absolute garbage. I think they'd been living in a lake for 10 years and the guy had just painted black paint over it, including the tyres. Just garbage. However, I went straight onto the PC, onto Marketplace, and I found another set, $100, in the opposite direction, but still like 20 minutes away from the house. Went straight away to see them and they're just perfect. Let me show you. So 4 tyres with rims, 4.5 inch, 5x1, 4.3, basically perfect Ford fit. As I say, I wanted 16 inch, and these have also got loads of tread on them. Good for a couple of years, albeit they are winter tyres, but that's okay, it'll do for now. So I test fitted one because I was concerned that the 16 inch would not fit over the massive rotors on the Crown Vic. Perfect. Perfect. So you can see the difference in width from the 16 inch to the 17 inch. It's just far too wide. And because I don't have power steering, the thinner tyres are going to be better as well. The overall height is the same, so that's not an issue. It will still sit at the same height. So I'm just waiting for my adapter plates for the back so that I can put the Ford wheels on the Chevy bolt pattern. Good start to the day. Right, let me show you the exhaust parts. Oh, very quick shout out to Robert for selling me those wheels. He's a younger car enthusiast. Anyway, he's got a very nice G36 sedan. Anyway, Robert, they fit great. Thank you very much. Look what just turned up. Well, that was lucky. Good timing. Not that I'll be firing it up anytime soon, but hey, I'm working on the exhaust. Let's make sure they fit. They should fit. I mean, I'm pretty sure these are Hedman headers that I've got, and these are Hedman gaskets. So, perfect. Very nice. Nice and thick as well. Okay, right, this time we're getting on with it. Honest, I promise, unless there's more deliveries. No, let's go. Let me show you what we have to work with. So this is one of these DIY exhaust kits, 2.5 inch diameter, and you basically get four of each part. So you have 4 of these, and every part has a flared end to accept 2.5 inch. So 4 of them, 4 of these. Again, as I said before, these are handy because you can cut them at whatever angle you want and twist them round, re-weld them. 4 of these. They're handy little angles, and 4 of the 4-foot sections, and again flared ends. So that takes care of the main pipe work. I've got plenty to do because I'm doing side exit exhausts, so I will have spares. Okay, muffler. Now I left a little teaser in a previous video. See if anyone could work out what these are. I got these along with those tailpipe trims for $50 from Marketplace, and these are off of a Dodge Charger scat pack. So decent quality, barely used. The guy upgraded to something louder, I'm guessing. That takes care of noise reduction a little bit. Obviously I need my header adapters. I needed the flat style ones rather than the beveled ones. So they're good, although I seem to be missing one somewhere. It ran away. I'll find it, don't worry. And I'll get 4 exhaust hangers for now. These are pretty cheap. If I need more, I can get more. And I think I've got some generic stuff lying about in the garage somewhere. I might have to buy some steel rod to hang them on though. The stuff I've got is 1/4 inch, and that is obviously 1/2 inch. So I might just get a length of steel rod. So that's what we have. Obviously need to plan out exactly where it's going, but I'll do a quick diagram and then start laying it all out. Right, this is option 1 layout. Headers, adapter, straight pipe all the way down to here. Muffler, does a U, does a 90, does an angle, and then out underneath the running board. Now the reason I have got so much pipe is just to quieten it down a little bit, because it's only got a mid muffler. The more tube, the less noise. Now I could move this mid muffler up to here and have a shorter pipe, and then it's just a kind of straight, then an angle coming out there. Much less pipe, much less work, but would it just be too loud? So what I'll possibly do, I'll maybe do it this way to begin with, and then wait till I'm actually starting the car up. And I can always, I've got plenty of pipe, I can always make it shorter if I feel it's too quiet. Too quiet. As if. Yeah, I'll contemplate this for a wee bit, make sure there's no obstructions, and then start cutting and welding, I guess. Much easier to do this when the body's not on. Somebody suggested that. Who was it? Come on. I need to look you up. Someone did suggest I do this before I even showed the mystery box. Leonard Walters, that's who it was. Smarty pants. Right, enough procrastination. There's a million ways to do this, so I'm just going to pick one. No way is right, no way is wrong. Well, some ways are wrong. So, main pipe coming down here, mid silencer, does a loopy-loo, comes out here. I put the running boards on to give you an idea where that is going to sit. Probably coming at that angle. Obviously it's not going to be lying on the floor, but it will sit a bit there in front of the back wheel. So obviously I put the running boards on in the back fender just to make sure it was in the right place. So pretty much in line with that body mount, just for reference sake. Right, the hardest part is going to be, I need to do a slight angle where that pipe meets the header adapter, because that section of frame is much lower than this section. So if I continued a straight line down here, it would hit the ground. So I have to bring it out to there and then bend it up that way a little bit and head over there. As I say, that's going to be the hardest part, cutting a little, maybe a wee pie cut. Let's see how we get on. Right, first section done. Headers, adapter, so it takes it down from 3 inch down to 2.5. I had to cut little slots in there. Insert that into the pipe, and then I can put a U-clamp over that. So that will get bolted to the headers. U-clamp there. I've cut this at a very slight angle so that I can mate it up with the next section of pipe, which will also be a slight angle, and that will get welded together. I'll bolt this on for now, see where we're at. First section bolted in, needs some modification. So the angle going down is fine, it clears the gear linkage and it clears the bracket that holds the shifter cable on. However, it keeps on going down at that angle for a bit too long, and it's really getting a bit close to the ground. Now I'm going to cut it back a bit there and then bring it along. I'll probably gain about 1 inch in height if I cut it back there and bring it along at an angle, because at this point here it's actually going to start going up, because there is this curve here, so I've got a lot more height there than I do there. So I want to minimise as much as possible how far down this pipe's going. So I'll take this off again, chop it back a bit there, just so you have a better idea of what I'm talking about. I'll show you it from here. So if I cut it about there, and then it'll come up at this angle. Updated pipe cut. So now the pipe's at a good height. I'll show you what it looks like underneath. much better. So I think I'm going to weld this section on here rather than having another join. Yeah, that'll be neat enough. It's only a slight angle, it'll be fine. It's a wee bit too hot and humid to do this right now, so I'm going to nip out to the store. It's Friday, Walmart time, and I'll get back at this later. My only criticism to this exhaust kit would be that they don't include any double flared joins. You know, to connect a non-flared to a non-flared, you would have to do the whole system, you know, starting with a flare, like let's call it female to male, female to male, female to male. And that doesn't always work that way, so a double flare would be ideal, and they didn't include any, so I just went round to my Canadian Tire and got a couple of these. As you can see, it's a double 2.5 inch internal diameter. Hopefully that's all I need, but yeah, if they just add a couple of them to that kit, it would be perfect. Okay, one last mock-up before I start welding. So that will be a removable joint there. That will get a U-clamp. It will then be a welded joint there. So from there up to here will be a solid section. There'll then be a join there with a U-clamp, and then a join there with a U-clamp going to the silencer. That needs to get welded on, that little extension piece. There'll be an extension piece coming to here, that will get welded on, and then there'll be a join there with a U-clamp all the way around to here. I'll probably turn this, reverse this round so that it's going, at the moment it's going male female. I want it female male female male, and that means that I can take the silencer out in the future if I want to replace it without too much trouble. Right, I'll do some tacking in and then see if it holds up, and then proper welding. Okay, it's finally cooled down a bit. It's all tacked in place. So it's tacked in there, tacked in at that join. The other side of that join will be slotted with exhaust clamp. This will be slotted with an exhaust clamp. That's tacked there for welding, and there's a tack in that section there for welding. So I am going to take everything into the garage because that looks thundery over there, and I don't want everything getting wet before I even get it painted. So I will continue with this whole welding situation in there. I need to clean my table first. So that's pretty much my exhaust system. Well, one side. So it's all welded where it has to be welded. I've got the slots for the U-clamps in there and in there. Don't worry, I'll be taking the paper off when I paint the whole thing. I'll just use heat resistant black. Although I'll possibly just paint up to here and leave the silencer silver. Yeah, that would make sense, right? And then the section at the back. I just need to trim that once it's on the hangers, so I know exactly where to put the tailpiece in. So I just need to duplicate all that on the other side. Fun. Well, we're halfway there. So just need to do the same on the other side. And then decide where I'm putting the hangers. But overall, I'm quite happy with the height it's sitting at. And it's really strong. It's quite thick steel. 2.5 inch. Decent. I've still to add a U-clamp down there, but it's actually really tight. I had to hammer that on, so it probably wouldn't come off anyway. I'm tempted just to weld it up, but that would just be lazy. Actually, no, it would be lazier just to put a clamp on. What am I talking about? Costs more money to get a clamp. But no, I think that looks pretty good. Can't wait to see how it sounds, or hear how it sounds. Might as well give you a worm's eye view. See what it's like from down here. So that dip there is the lowest point, but there's absolutely no way around that without rubbing against the frame. And then from that point it starts going up again. I think that's plenty of height. Right, I'm going to wrap that up there for today. It's still really warm and humid. I'm going to get up early in the morning and get the other side done. Get the hanger sorted. I do need to go and get some 1/2 inch steel rod. The 1/4 inch I've got is just a wee bit loose, and I need to dig out those other hangers. So before I go, I actually just want to say thanks to all my current subscribers and all my new subscribers, and the millions and millions of comments. Very, very helpful. I'm over 900 subscribers now and getting close to that magical 1,000 subscribers. So keep them coming, please, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.